Artificial intelligence is changing the real estate industry and fast. Brokers are using AI for all sorts of activities, such as listing descriptions, answering emails, generating leads, and creating marketing materials in a matter of seconds. But here's the problem. AI can also generate some risks, such as inaccurate information, fair housing violations, privacy concerns that could put your license at risk. Hi, my name is Kelly Allen. I'm the Education Director and owner of Cumbie Trull School of Real Estate, and today I want to walk through what North Carolina real estate brokers need to know about AI before getting into risky territory. Let's dive in. Seemingly overnight, AI-generated material is everywhere and so convenient and easy to use. Real estate brokers are learning the ins and outs of ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude AI, agent assistants. The list goes on. And while very, very convenient, if used improperly, AI can really cause some trouble. One of the biggest risks involved in using artificial intelligence in your real estate career is breaching potential client confidentiality. Some brokers, if they are confused about a certain contractual issue, are loading contract language into AI models, the whole thing. They're copying it and pasting it right into ChatGPT or Google Gemini, looking for help understanding certain types of contract information or even how to handle a challenging contract negotiation or topic. While this seems convenient, the problem is that AI stores this information so that in the future it can help a different question or a different query. So your client's confidential information, their name, address, offer number, all of that is loaded permanently into these large language models. So we want to be really careful about avoiding that. Best practice is to not upload information, PDF documents into these large language model AI products in order to find solutions to questions we might have. Instead, obviously, better practice would be to seek legal counsel from a real estate attorney or go straight to your broker in charge. Remember that convenience should never override client confidentiality. When asking questions of AI, especially if it's around some type of a legal or compliance issue, we have to tread into that very carefully because AI, ChatGPT, that's the one that I use the most, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, all of those, they sound really convincing. They sound quite authoritative. But guess what? They can be wrong. I know, it sounds so convincing, and yet they can be wrong. In fact, word on the street is that even some attorneys out in the world are getting called on the carpet for using AI to generate some legal counsel, and the judges are coming back to say, hey, what you provided here is not even an actual lawsuit. Whatever AI you're using hallucinated, that's the terminology, hallucinated and made something up out of the thin air. So be careful. You want to verify all of the information that AI is spitting out to you. Check the sources. Check your prompt. Use a prompt perhaps that says something like, hey, ChatGPT, if you don't know the answer, do not make something up. You want to verify everything that AI shares with you because it could be wrong. Remember that AI does not really know North Carolina license law. It is often incorrect. I have found that to be true in my pre-licensing classes. A lot of my students will take my information, or they might take the pre-licensing syllabus and they will run it through an AI large language model, and it will spit out for them what looks like a fantastic study guide. only to share it with me later, and I have found numerous mistakes. So again, be careful because AI does not always have the most up-to-date information, especially when it comes to North Carolina Real Estate Commission rules and license law. If AI tells you something that sounds really important, your next step is not to celebrate and say, yippee, I found the answer. Your next step is to go back, verify, check those sources, and ensure that what you may share with other people moving forward is actually accurate information. One place that I'm seeing AI show up consistently is when it comes to marketing descriptions and marketing photos. Be careful. AI will use language that some might call traditional when we prompt AI to create a listing description for us. We want to double check and make sure that none of the language that AI is using could be determined to be discriminatory. What would be some of this traditional language, you might ask? Well, AI, again, it's a large language model. It's going to pull from whatever is out there on the internet. It might use language like, quote, great area for a young family. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. That's discrimination based upon familial status. It might use the phrase near churches and good schools. Oh, do not give me a heart attack. That's a no-no. We can't talk about churches, nor can we talk about schools either. That's a fair housing violation. It might use the language, this home is in an exclusive neighborhood. Oh, my stars. The word exclusive when it comes to a neighborhood is based on very discriminatory practices from the 1900s until the passage of the Fair Housing Act in 1968. An exclusive neighborhood came with deed restrictions that would state who the owner could sell the property to, typically based on race, religion, or national origin. And that, my friends, is a fair housing violation. So be careful. Now, let's think about these virtual staging photos. They look amazing. I am just blown away by these virtually staged photos. But guess what? The National Association of Realtors Code of Ethics, Article 12 says that realtors, two syllables, realtors are to paint a true picture in all advertising and marketing materials. Therefore, best practice is to watermark or label your photos as virtually staged. I have to tell you the truth, y'all. I have hardly seen this. I'm completely fooled by these virtually staged photos. I get real excited about them. Only maybe a couple of times have I actually seen a photo where it says some type of indication that it's fake, that the furniture is fake, the light fixtures are fake. We are supposed to, according to NAR, if you are a realtor, you are supposed to label the photos as being virtually staged. Also, you have to be careful even if you're not a realtor, because you want to paint an accurate description of that property and not violate the Unfair or Deceptive Trade Practices Act. Yee! Avoid that at all costs. So another best practice, and I've seen this done one time and I was very impressed. You can have your staged photo, and then the next photo needs to be the real picture. So you've got your staged living room. Looks beautiful. And gosh, it does. It looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. And then the next photo, have it be the real living room. And do that for all of the rooms where there's virtual staging. Always remember that brokers ultimately are responsible for every word and every image that they publish related to real estate. Stay compliant with fair housing laws and stay out of trouble. So what are our big takeaways from today's chat? Remember, verify everything you learn from AI. Verify your facts. Protect your client privacy. Review all AI-generated content. Make sure the AI content is compliant with North Carolina license law and rules. Create office policies around the use of artificial intelligence. Have that policy in writing and train your real estate agents regularly. That's especially important when it comes to E&O insurance, whether or not it will activate if there's an AI driven mistake. AI can absolutely revolutionize your business and make your business so much more efficient. But efficiency without proper judgment and compliance can cause serious problems and lead to unnecessary and very expensive fines. The brokers who succeed with AI will be the ones who combine this amazing technology with professionalism, ethics, and critical thinking. If you have found this video helpful or you have further questions, please, of course, like and subscribe. Leave your questions in the comments and I'll circle back and get you some answers. And remember, keep checking the Cumbie Trull website, cumbieandtrull.com, for more educational information and videos. We look forward to seeing you in class soon.